StreamYard, count your days. This is the new norm. This is StreamYard. StreamYard, this is the new norm for me and you. I open up the stream, everything's all set, and then you change all my settings right at the start. You change my audio settings. You change this and that just because I hit mute and unmute. So fuck you, StreamYard. I'm literally done with you. I'm pretty much sure this is going to be my last stream on StreamYard. I'm pretty much done with StreamYard. This is the last time. Pissing me the fuck off. All right. Anyways, I'm your host, Gaff. It is Monday, May 19th, 2025, and you're watching One More Round Fights. We don't have a lot to talk about, mainly because there was only UFC this weekend, and there's not a lot to talk about next weekend, but we're going to stretch this shit out for as far as we possibly fucking can. Lazy in the house. You got no audio, bro. Yeah, I know. Fucking StreamYard pissed me off. StreamYard pissed me off. Thanks, Lazy. For some reason, every time I've started StreamYard, for the last like 4 or 5 streams, everything sounds good when I test it right before. Then I mute before I start the pre-stream festivities, and then every single time for the last few streams, it just takes my audio out completely or switches my audio to my laptop audio, which I don't want. I want this mic right here. I want that. But for some reason, StreamYard thinks they're fucking smart and just likes to switch everything. I'm surprised my camera didn't switch too. Probably only because I have the other one covered. But yeah. StreamYard, count your fucking days. They just took some money out recently too. I'm like, that's how much? That's how much you're taking out? Okay. You know what, StreamYard? I don't need you. OBS, I'm coming. Oh, I'm coming, baby. Let's go. Yeah, so if you don't already follow the channels, scan the QR codes below. Main Card Minute on your left, One More Round Fights on your right. Main Card Minute, where we do full card watch-alongs, main card watch-alongs for UFC. We do a couple of main card watch-alongs for PFL. And then One More Round Fights, where you will watch your Friday simulations for the UFC fights that we have on Saturdays. These Sunday breakdowns and wrap-ups for everything that happened over the weekend. Oh, and sometimes I do watch-alongs for one championship in PFL and UFC too. You never know. You never know. So don't forget to scan the QR codes below and become a fan of the channel. Don't forget to follow on social. That's where we put out the bet graphics. We had a rough week this week. It is what it is. We come back stronger. Maybe next week. We got some boxing next week. So don't forget to follow on social. Maybe I'll put out a boxing parlay this week. One More Round Fights. One More Round Fights on Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and it's One More Round F8 on X because Elon's a little dickhead. Fuck you, Elon, and your character limit. All right. And if you get any wins off this show, send them into one more round fights at gmail.com. Don't forget. Shout out to our sponsor, W.GG. Use promo code One More Round for 10% off. That is promo code One More Round for 10% off. Yeah. And it is what it is. But yeah, not too much happened this weekend. We got a little former UFC title challenger boxing. We got a little UFC welterweight ranking switch ups. We had a little bit of boxing. We had a knockout machine go toe to toe with someone and go the distance. It was a pretty big weekend. Let's get into it. I want to say it was small, but honestly, we had a couple things that happened here. So let's get into it. Mykal Morales TKOs Gilbert Durinho Burns and takes our money with him. TKO round 1, 3 minutes and 39 seconds. Mykal Morales came in there with them purple shorts and that pink hair and absolutely Sean O'Malley'd Gilbert Burns. Walked in there, pieced him up real quick, walked out without a scratch on him. It was eye-opening in many ways because Mykal Morales could be one of those guys, which makes welterweight so absolutely fucking fun right now. And that could also mean that Gilbert Burns is just finally over the hill, which is very sad because there's still so many fun matchups left for Gilbert. And again, welterweight is so much fun right now. And an addition of Gilbert Burns in there would have been fantastic to watch. But it looks like we have a riser and we have a faller. Riser's Mykal Morales, and he's going to get a fun fight after this. And Gilbert Burns is going to get an old veteran after this. Let's make no mistakes about that. That's the only thing. They're not going to give him another year. Carlos Pradas is not fighting Gilbert Burns after this. Let's be honest. Okay, that's not happening. After what we just see with Michael Morales, they're not giving Carlos Pradas to Gilbert Burns next. That would just be criminal. Why would you do that to Gilbert? What did he do to you? Okay, so let's just start with Gilbert Burns for the sake of doing it. I feel like the next couple matchups for Gilbert Burns, Colby Covington, because he was calling for it himself. Two old vets. Let's see what they got on the table. A little bit of grudge match activity there. I like it. Kamaru Usman rematch. I know Kamaru Usman's ranked way too high. Hopefully they shuffle him down a little bit more after these rankings after this week. Because 5's a little high for me. When's the last time this guy fought at welterweight? And won? And Michael Venom Page. Let's give Michael Venom Page a shot. He's been doing good stuff at middleweight, taking out Shara Bullet for us. He's doing good things at welterweight, fraud checking Ian Machado Gary, proving that Ian Machado Gary's kind of, he's there. Those are the 3 for me. Colby, MVP, Usman. Now, Colby sitting at 10, I think. 9. He's sitting at 9. He'll probably be sitting at 10 after this. Michael Venom Page sitting at 15. Give him a shot to get out of the top 15, get into the top 10 if Gilbert moves down a spot or 2. And Usman should not be 5. No offense to Kamaru Usman. Kamaru Usman is a fantastic champion. He's done a lot for the MMA world, taking on Khamzat Chimaev on short notice. He's taken on a lot of comers at welterweight, but he's on a 3-fight losing streak. And he hasn't won at welterweight since 2021. Kamaru Usman doesn't have a win at welterweight since 2021, and he is ranked number 5 right now. Okay? So I don't want to hear no shit about, Usman's ranked 5. Don't give him Usman. Fuck off. Give him Usman again. Gilbert and Usman. That's what I want to see. All right? Morales and MVP tied for the longest reach in the UFC welterweight division. Random but true. But MVP probably doesn't have the power that Morales does. He doesn't have the anti-wrestling ability that Morales does. So maybe Burns has a shot there. I like to see that fight. MVP Burns Usman too, even though they're friends. I mean, that would be a great opportunity to get Burns right back up there, right back in the mix. And then, Colby Covington. Because what has he been doing lately? He probably doesn't have a win since 2022 either. When's the last time Colby has a win at welterweight? 2022. Jorge Masvidal. So both of these guys haven't won in 4 and 5 years. Sorry, 3 and 4 years. It's been 4 years since Kamaru Usman has a win at welterweight. It's been 3 years since Colby Covington has a win at welterweight. Let's give one of those 2 guys to Burns. Now, as for Michael motherfucking Morales, you guys seen the clips online of him, and it's okay. You're into what you're into. As long as you whoop ass in there, we don't care. As long as you make us money, we don't care. I'll be putting the money on Michael Morales from here on out. Bet your ass on that. But who do we match him up against next? Because after this, he just took out number 8. He will be top 10. He's going to be 9 at the very least. He'll probably be 8. He's not jumping Buckley, so he'll probably be 8. Speaking of Buckley, that's a fun fight. I'll take Buckley. I'll take Buckley against Morales. I'll also take Ian Machado Gary against Morales. We've seen what Pradas can do. Maybe a little tougher matchup against Ian Machado Gary. I know it was short notice for Ian Machado Gary, but what a full camp Morales and a full camp Machado Gary, what does that look like? And then if we think that's a little too much too fast and we want to take a step back, let him build his resume a little bit before we skyrocket him up. What about Jeff Neal? Win or lose in his next fight? What about Jeff Neal? Because that's a fun fight. So those are the 3 matchups I have for Michael Morales. I don't think we move him too fast, especially since the top half of welterweight has so many bangers to be made right now. We don't need to insert somebody from 5 to 10. We don't need to do that. And if we are going to do that, it should be Ian Machado Gary. Lazy says, true or false, Morales sees a title shot within 2 years, even with a loss between now and then. At the rate that welterweight is going to be, I'm going to say yes, because the top of the top are going to fight each other soon, which means people are going to be on losing streaks and people are going to get finished just because of who's at welterweight right now. Like, people are going to get finished. Joaquin Buckley's out here finishing people. Shavkat Rakhmonov's looking to finish. Sean Brady's out here finishing people. Jack Della Maddalena is out here for blood. He could finish people. So any of these people could get a nice finish and take somebody out for a year, 6 months, and then easy routes just get cleared for anybody 5 to 10. So Ian Machado Gary probably should be wringing his hands, chilling there like Mr. Burns right now. Michael Morales, same thing. Carlos Bradas, same thing. You should probably be looking up like, these guys might do all the work for me. I might just have them kill each other, and I might be good. Shavkat, Brady, go at it. Let's see what happens. You know what I mean? Like 170 is about to get mixy. It's about to get mixy as fuck. For sure, 170 is on fire. Most rapid turnover of any division. Yeah. So all you got to do is wait for the right things to happen. Wait for an old guy to get pieced up. Be out for a year, half a year. Get a young prospect to get a L that he didn't expect coming. Boom. You might be next in line, my boy. If the champ wants to stay active, you might be next in line. We've seen it multiple times at welterweight, at middleweight, that they just march somebody in 9, 10, 14. They don't give a fuck. 13, 12. They don't give a shit. Hey, we need a title fight. And welterweight's fun. So give me any of those 6 matchups. Any of those 6 names. Honestly, you can mix and match any of those. I'd be happy. Just don't skyrocket Michael Morales too fast. Don't give him any, Shavkats and Brady's or even Bilal's. None of those. Okay, let the old guys fight each other. Let Bilal fight Usman. Or let Bilal fight Shavkat. Or let Bilal fight Colby, or Usman Colby. Or any combination of those two. I don't want to see too much fuckery at 170. I want to see the right matchups be made, the right paths to get cleared. I want to see shit go down. Welterweight just got interesting. We got the new hot, sexy division in the UFC. Bantamweight, move the fuck over, my boy. Bantamweight, move over. I gotta get a good look at welterweight over here. Okay, welterweight's looking hot right now. Bantamweight, you had it for a little bit, but you lost a step. Figgy's fucking lost a step. I mean, Sandhagen's looking good, but Umar lost a step. Yan's lost a step. O'Malley lost a step. Like, Bantamweight, give me some welterweight action. I want to see some of that. Let me go, baby. Let's get into the rest of this UFC card. UFC Vegas 106 happened. Yes, sir. It was headlined by Morales and Burns. There was a co-main that was supposed to happen. It was supposed to be Rodolfo Bellato and Paul Craig. But what might be a UFC first, a recorded UFC first anyways, a fight fell out on the night of the fight because of one of the fighters realizing that they've contracted herpes. Yeah, herpes. He had herpes, so he couldn't continue. Rodolfo Bellato had herpes, which took him out of the fight with Paul Craig. Our co-main of the evening was nixed just about 1 to 2 fights before it was set to take. So that was interesting. Didn't see that one coming. Not going to lie. Seen a lot of shit. I've seen a fight, get called off while one of the fighters was in the octagon. Shout out to Chaz Skelly. But I've never seen what should be a sexually transmitted disease be the reason that a fighter is barred from the fight. Now, this was definitely an eye-opening one for me. In many ways, because it could be the health of the fighters, especially when you're cutting weight, open your health up to a lot of possibilities. Negatively, mainly because of how drained you are and how depleted you are. I don't think that was the direct cause. He was just probably fucking around too much, but damn, bro. You gonna let that be the reason the fight fell out? That's gotta be top 10 embarrassing moments in MMA history, I would have to say. It's gotta be top 10. It's gotta be right up there with Justine Kish. It's gotta be right up there with Yoel Romero. It's gotta be right up there with Yair Rodriguez puking. Right up there with Overeem thinking that Stipe tapped when he didn't and he just got knocked out. What else? Right up there with Joe Benavidez waking up screaming after getting finished by Davison Figueiredo. It's up there, man. That's bad. That's a bad way for your fight to fall out and to announce to the world that you haven't been keeping things so safe. So yeah, that's why the co-main was out. And the co-main of the evening ended up being Sadiq Youssef versus Myron Santos. And I thought the odds makers had it wrong. A lot of us thought the odds makers had it wrong. But apparently Sadiq Youssef is in that same tier of Izzy, Kamaru Usman, all those guys that just haven't picked up a win in so awfully long. Lazy says, shaking my head, we've lived long enough to see it all. International Fight Week gonna get canceled for a chlamydia outbreak. Marlon B says mouth herpes was probably more the case. Oh, it was mouth herpes for sure. And that was it was definitely the mouth herpes that was the reason that fight didn't happen. But yeah. I don't care if I have record-setting case of herpes, one for the history books. I'm not openly admitted that's why I got pulled, right? Like, that was crazy. The fact that he put it out on social, the fact, like, it was that's why I said recorded first, because we don't know if it was the actual first time herpes made a fighter cancel their bout. But man, what a way to go out, huh? But yeah, Sadiq Youssef, I don't think he has it anymore. Cut and dry. Cut and dry. Myron Santos literally walked him down and beat him up in every aspect. Sadiq Youssef used to be ranked. I'm pretty sure. Sadiq Youssef was a top 15er. I'm pretty sure. And now he's not even a fringe 15, it appears to seem. Sadiq Youssef had nothing for Myron Santos. Myron Santos walked him down. He had the better striking. He tried to take him down. Myron Santos stopped most of his takedown attempts, reversed up against the fence, hit him with some elbows, had him bloodied, had him bruised. Myron Santos almost walked away with a 30-27 all the way across the board. I think it was 30-27, 30-27, 29-28. Let me check. Let me check for you. Yeah, 30-27, 30-27, 29-28. Sadiq Youssef has fallen very far from where he was. Very, very far. Mind you, Myron Santos is one fight removed from tough. He won tough, knocking out Conor O'Flea. He barely won a split decision in his last fight. And then now he fought Sadiq Youssef. Sadiq Youssef that has fought the likes of Shaman Marias, Gabriel Mowgli Benitez, Andre Fili, Arnold Allen, Alex Caceres, Edson Barbosa, and Diego Lopez, and has only been finished by Diego Lopez. And he lost his third fight in a row to Myron Santos. Now, granted, this was a lightweight fight, so it doesn't really count for featherweight, but yeah, it's going to count for featherweight. It's going to count for featherweight. Let's be honest. Marlon says, I was on Santos. I liked his performance on The Ultimate Fighter. Me too. Which is why when I bet on him in his last fight, I thought I lost already. I was like, fuck, this guy lost the fight. I was already, I gave up already. And then he won the fight. And I was like, he didn't win that fight, but I'll take my money. I'll take my money. Which is why in this fight, I was like, oh, he's not beating Sadiq. Yusuf Sadiq. Look at who Sadiq's been in there with. And he's beat most of these guys. He's only lost to Diego, Edson, and Arnold Allen. Great names to lose to. The very top of featherweight. And what used to be the top of lightweight. And you lost to a one fight removed from tough fighter. Basically, essentially a contender series fighter. Yeah, Sadiq, my man. I don't know if it's a game plan thing. I don't know if it's a nutrition thing. I don't know if it was just a bad style matchup. But things got to change, my boy. Because where we had you and to where you are now are night and day. Absolute night and day. Like he says, if you're Santos and you're telling media you cut 40 pounds to make featherweight, do you stick at lightweight after this performance? Hell the fuck no. Do you see these fucking killers at lightweight right now? All the killers are going to lightweight. I'm staying at featherweight, my boy. What? Are you joking? You got Saryuki and Oliveira, Gagey, Holloway, Poirier, Hooker, Gamrot, Pimblett, Moicano, Fiziev, Benoit Saint Denis, Ilya Topuria. Fuck off. I'm staying at featherweight. I just got to deal with Volk, Diego Lopez, Yair. I'll take my chances. No offense to those fighters at all. I'm just saying, out of those, the bigger, heavier killers up at 55, are these a little over the hill 45ers? I'm taking the 45ers, boy. I'm taking the 45ers. Valid. He's got to get the nutrition in check, bro. Had the spare tire Saturday night. Yeah. Just barely. Just barely. Yeah, he almost gave it away. But then he was like, wait a second. Sadiq isn't good at this. Let me just stuff all his takedowns and reverse his clinch strikes. Oh, easy win. Easy friggin' win. Moving down the card. Nursultan Ruzibov defeats Dustin Stolfus via unanimous decision. No one had this going the distance. Ruzi, there's a case he could have lost this fight. Dustin Stolfus used his grappling very well. Problem is his control was lacking. He's got like an 88 takedown and a 60 control because Ruzi just reversed him twice. In the first round, he reversed him to get on top and steal 2.5 minutes of control time. And he did the very same thing in the second, which made rounds 1 and 2 very muddy. And Ruzi had the damage, so you pretty much gave it to Ruzi. And then that round 3 was a little scary. But we pulled it out because Ruzi got the damage. And Ruzi got it done. Melky Costa defeats Julian Erosa unanimous decision. Another fight that I didn't see going the distance, especially the way that this card was going. But it did. 29-28 across the board. Juicy J was just throwing caution to the wind. Just going straight forward, throwing at Melky. Hook, straight, knee up the middle, front teep to the face, front kick to the face, teep to the chest, leg kick, straight right, hook. Buddy was spamming the shit out of all his strikes. Yo, shout out to Julian Erosa's gas tank. Shout out to Julian. I didn't get his culture correct. I might have been calling him Mexican. I think he's Puerto Rican. Let me check. Let me double check. Julian Erosa is fuck. I still don't have his middle name's Ricardo. The son of Ricardo and Debbie Erosa. Ricardo Erosa. He's some type of Latino. I just don't know what it is yet. I'm still looking. I'm still looking to find it, man. I want to say Puerto Rican though. But Mexican feels right. It just feels right. God, I gotta do some research on Julian Erosa. I'm going to find it right now. I'm going to do it. They're going to say American. I'm going to be pissed. God damn it. He's American. Yeah, I know he's fucking American. Okay? Move to Yakima. What the fuck is Yakima? I just want to know, where is he from? All right, if anybody knows, hit me up with Julian Rose's ethnic background, please. I need to know. I need to know. I need to know because this guy's chin and the dog in him is absolutely crazy. He is a dog among dogs. I love when Julian Rose fights. He's never been in a boring fight ever in his life, and I guarantee that. Gabe Green submits Mathis Camillo, rear naked choke, round 2, 3 minutes and 43 seconds. You're welcome if you took that pick. Gabe Green had 6 submissions on his record, and he gets the 7th. Jared Gordon defeats Thiago Moises, KO punch, biggest win of Jared Gordon's career. He's been getting screwed on a lot of decisions recently. He's like, I'm going to take the judges right the fuck out of this, okay? And he drops Moises and finishes him off with a couple more as he hits the floor. What a nice win for Jared Gordon. Shout out to him. Shout out to his buddy Paul Felder, who was on the call. So I'm so happy that those guys got to win together. Yadier Daval defeats Connor Matthews via submission, rear naked choke, round 1, 2 minutes and 54 seconds. Yadier looked like a beast, man. Yadier, whatever. Sorry if I got that wrong. But he looked good on Contender Series. He comes in here, beats Connor Matthews by submission. Connor Matthews lost his last 2 fights by knockout. Decides to not take a third knockout here. Just covers up, gives that neck up. And Del Valle gets the win. Luana Santos defeats Tainara Lisboa via submission Americana, round 2, 4 minutes and 59 seconds. Boy, was I wrong. Boy, was I wrong about Tainara. I thought she was a bantamweight. She'd be bigger. She'd be the better striker. All these things I was completely wrong about. Luana Santos looked fantastic up a weight class at bantamweight. She was fighting at flyweight before, looked a little tired. She looked great at bantamweight. She filled out fantastically. She looked strong. She used her submission game. She looked great on the feet. She looked great from top position. There's nothing I can say about Luana Santos. That she looked fantastic, and I can't wait to see who she fights next and what she looks like in her next fight. I hope she stays a bantamweight. She looks great. Denise Gomez defeats Elise Reed via TKO, round 2, 30 seconds. I told you guys, round 2. I told you Denisi's a beast. She's coming in here. She's 25. She's starting to. She's adding jewels to her Thanos glove, man. That's what she's doing right now. She's like, let me take out Elise Reed. She's a tough girl in this division. You know, she alternates wins and losses. Let me give her a loss here. Elise Reed, tough fight for anyone, but Denise Gomez made it look easy. She made it look absolutely easy. I literally can't wait to see who she fights next. She is such a fun fighter to watch. She's got her nutrition under control. It looked like she used to gas earlier in her career, but now she seems like she's managing it really well, using all facets of her game, her grappling, her clinch striking. Obviously, her striking was always good. So Denise Gomez, fantastic win. Hyun-Sung Park defeats Carlos Hernandez via submission, rear naked choke, round 2, 2 minutes and 26 seconds. They use Carlos Hernandez to check out the Asian talent, apparently. That's just what they do. They take Carlos Hernandez. They're like, hey, buddy, let's see what this guy's got. All right, they did it with Ray Saruya. They did it with Tatsuro Taira, and now they do it with Park Hyun-Sung. It is what it is. Carlos Hernandez gets a huge win. Just kidding. There's Park Hyun-Sung. Hyun-Sung Park. Park Hyun-Sung. I'm not sure. They flip it all the time on me. I don't know if it's right here or wrong here, you know? But the rear naked choke in round 1 was very surprising because Carlos Hernandez usually is a very tough fight, but Park Hyun-Sung got the job done. That right. Women's strawweight, Tisha Pennington defeats Luana Pinheiro in an unsurprising decision. 29-28 across the board. Luana Pinheiro made it a fun fight, made it interesting, but Tisha Pennington shows her grit that she's had in the UFC. She's been fighting here for 10 years now. She's been fighting in the UFC since 2014. 2014. Her first fight was Angela Magana. She was 4-0 and became 5-0 that night. And now in 2025, 10 years later, 11 years later, she is still doing it, turning back these young guns, turning back girls like Sam Hughes, Luana Pinheiro, Juliana Lima, Beck Rawlings, Angela Hill twice. Put some respect on Tisha Tisha Pennington. Lazy says Hernandez about to pop up on road to UFC Thursday morning just to keep an Asian streak going, right? Like, is this all he fights? Is this all the matchups we get for Carlos? Let's get an Asian grappler in there against Carlos again. Like, what are we doing? Let's switch it up for the man. They don't like you, Carlos. Why do they just keep giving you these guys that are very tough fights and very tough grapplers that can give you a freaking war or finish you? Wild, my boy. Also, Rosa is apparently, wait for it, mixed Filipino heritage, Asian and Latino. Makes sense. That makes sense as well. Filipino. Yes, Ricardo. That would make sense. Ikiwama, right? What was it? Ikawa? Oh, shit. Where is it? Where was it? Yakima. Moved to Yakima growing up. Makes sense. A little Asian, a little Latino background. Wow. Julian Rosa, Filipino. That makes sense as well. A little Muay Thai background. Little striker. Yeah. Shout out to Julian Rosa. One of my favorite fighters to watch. Juicy J, baby. Juicy J. And that was UFC Vegas 106 results. There's not a lot of show left. I'm going to be honest with you. There's no fighter spotlight this week. I mean, what am I going to do? Myron Santos again? I already did that. Go back and watch my Myron Santos fighter spotlight. I'm not going to do Michael Morales. It's a little weird. He's kind of known. I don't want to spotlight somebody that's already in the spotlight. You feel me? Wasn't much to work with. This week. So no fighter spotlight this week. Next week, I'll have something for you guys. We had some boxing. Misfits Boxing 21 happened. And Darren Till pieced up Darren Stewart. He pieced up the dentist. The gorilla pieced up the dentist. Okay, it was unanimous decision, 77-74, 2 times, and 77-73. Now, Darren Stewart comes out, guard up, forehead down, ready to just walk down Darren Till. First minute of the fight, eats a shot, dropped. He got dropped in the very first round. Game plan didn't work so well. But it's all good because Darren Till stayed on his boxing. Darren Stewart stayed on his P's and Q's about his defense. And he lasted the entire fight. He got hurt a couple times in the fight, but shout out to Darren Stewart's chin because that thing is made of something else. Darren Till winging big shots and Darren Stewart just taking them left and right. Darren Till showed that he is a fantastic boxer, a fantastic striker, and can go toe-to-toe with anyone in the squared circle, in the ring. And Darren Stewart showing his toughness, showing that he can box and he can stand in there and give you a good fight. So shout out to Misfits Boxing 21. Darren Till called out a couple people afterwards, calling out KSI. I think he called out Tommy Fury. I think he called out Mike Perry. He might have called out Masvidal too. But Darren Stewart looked great. Though he didn't get the finish, he got a couple social media worthy clips, and that's all you really want anyways, right? In 2025, I guess. Ty Mitchell defeats Idris Virgo via third round TKO, 2 minutes and 58 seconds. These are all streamers and influencers and all that type of stuff. So Chase Demore defeats Tank Tolman via third round TKO, 1 minute and 15 seconds. Fox the G defeats Waleed Sharks via unanimous decision, 40-38, 38-37, 39-37. Wakey Wines defeats Mo Dean via unanimous decision, 48-47, 49-46 times 2. Jordan Banjo defeats Will Anderson via fourth round TKO, 2 minutes and 13 seconds. Godson Uma defeats Tempo Arts versus Big Tobes versus Curtis Pritchard in a Survivor tag match. Tempo Arts defeats Curtis Pritchard via unanimous decision, 148-132. I don't even know what that means. That sounded so stupid to even say out loud. What am I saying? Yeah, and that was Misfits Boxing 21. Real boxing happened this weekend, and a knockout machine didn't get a knockout. Serhii Bohachuk had an affinity, had a knack, had a gift for knocking MFers out in rounds 1 to 6, preferably round 6. And Mykal Fox used his length, used his distance, used his fight IQ to stay on the outside and survive to the end, because Serhii Bohachuk wins a unanimous decision. A 10-round unanimous decision. 97-93, 97-93, 98-92. Bohachuk is now 26-2. Fox is now 24-4. And Fox is still yet to be stopped in a fight. So shout out to Fox. I thought this was going to be the first one. I thought, it was the unstoppable force versus the immovable object. And the immovable object didn't win, but it was a moral win. Got moved a little bit. But, Bohachuk gets the win. He doesn't get the finish, but he gets the win. And that's all that matters, because he looks to get a shot at WBO super welterweight champ Sebastian Fundora next. Bohachuk, Fundora. Yeah, Bohachuk versus the Towering Inferno. Yeah. Give that to me, please. Don't make me beg. Don't make me beg. All right. There's plenty of other fights on the card. Mizuki Hirata, Carla IT Marino. I forgot to write them in my notes. So we're just going to go skip over that and keep it to Bohachuk and Fox. Other boxing notables. Lazy says props to Cyborg and Nogueira for KO TKO wins in their boxing matches over the weekend too. Shout out to Cyborg and Nogueira. Yeah, I forgot about that. I did see Nogueira win a nice. He beat some Brazilian influencer, some juiced up Brazilian influencer, and pieces him up, knocks him down up against the ropes, has his neck flailing stuff. It was very nice. And then Cyborg does what Cyborg does, yo. Cyborg went out there, put these 2 bombs on these women. Oh, man. Cyborg, you were a gift that we truly didn't deserve in the UFC. Like, they didn't use you correctly in the UFC at all, Cyborg. At all. They should have built you and Amanda Nunes up a little bit more before they made that fight. They were giving you, I don't even want to talk about it. Cyborg deserved much more than she got from the UFC. That's all I'm going to say. Wills Up says 1 more round fights in my ears at work. Gotta love it, baby. Gotta love it. So other boxing notables. Let's just talk about what's going to happen in the next coming weeks, because it's basically the only thing we got to watch next week, y'all. May 24th, Osaka, Japan. Title fight. Angelo Leo. Yes, the very same Angelo Leo that I started my podcast after his fight. Angelo Leo takes on Tomoki Kameda. 12 rounds for Leo's IBF featherweight title. And another title fight on the card. Pedro Taduran takes on Jinjiro Shigioka. 12 rounds for Taduran's IBF strawweight title. That's in Osaka, Japan on May 24th. Also on May 24th in Glasgow, Scotland, on DAZN, Josh Taylor is taking on Ekow Essuman. 12 rounds at welterweight. Josh Taylor making a much-needed comeback. We haven't seen him in a little bit. So I can't wait to see Josh Taylor fight this weekend. I'll have picks for you on those 2 fights after what we get into in a little bit. On May 31st in Las Vegas on Prime Video, we have Caleb Plant versus Jose Armando Resandiz, 12 rounds at super middleweight. And we also have on the co-main Jamal Charlo versus Thomas Lamana, 12 rounds at super middleweight. They will probably look to set up those main and co-main fighters to fight each other next after that. Hopefully, if the right chips fall into place, we'll get that fight. Queensland, Australia, June 8th on the Zone. Title fight between Jai Opetaia and Claudio Squeo. 12 rounds for Opetaia's IBF Cruiserweight title. Opetaia is in the undisputed game, by the way, as is Caleb Plant, but his opponent isn't. And Josh Taylor's in the game, but Ekow Essuman is not. So unfortunately, none of these simulations will be happening in the next coming weeks. But I will get Jai Opetaia if he gets somebody that we can match him up with in the undisputed game. So we'll see. June 8th in Tokyo on ESPN Plus, title fight between Junto Nakatani and Ryusuke Nishida. 12 rounds for Nakatani's WBC bantamweight title and Nishida's IBF bantamweight title. July 11th in New York on Netflix. Title fight. We get it again, baby. Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano. 10 rounds for Taylor's undisputed women's junior welterweight championship. Yes, I will be jumping on that Amanda Serrano moneyline grenade yet again, and it will probably blow up in my face, but I don't care. I'm riding with Amanda. I ride with New York all the time, baby. Let's go. And July 12th in New York, title fight between Shakur Stevenson and William Zepeda. That's going to be a tough fight for Shakur. Don't get it twisted. William Zepeda is a very tough fight. He comes forward. He slings. 12 rounds for Stevenson's WBC lightweight title. And that does it for boxing, baby. That does it for boxing for me. Let's see these comments real quick. Al Capone says, best woman fight ever. It's my favorite. I could watch that fight every single day for the rest of my life, at least once a day. Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. I love seeing them go toe-to-toe and go at it. These girls just fucking stand in front of each other and throw. I love that shit. Wheels Up says, how dangerous is it for his training partners as a whole? Do you think this could prevent future events from happening, not just the Paul Craig fight? How do you think it compromises the whole gym? For Hidalgo Bellato, definitely compromises a lot of things. A lot of people are not going to want to train with him for a little bit. He's going to have to get on the right medication to make it dormant or whatever. And there's no guarantees that he'll get cleared to fight, because you can't be on certain medications while you're fighting. You can't have certain supplements in your body while you're fighting. And if one of those supplements are in the medications that he's taking for his new ailment, it's gonna limit a lot of things. Herpes could probably end his career, no lie, no cap. Like, depending on what's in what he has to take and how inflamed he gets and all those factors, it could fuck his whole career up from here on out. Let's get into my favorite segment of the week, baby. That's right, motherfuckers. It's this week's wins. That's right. This week's wins. Let's go. This week's wins. It's not that big this week, unfortunately. Now let's go over the L's real quick. I gave you guys a couple parlays. I'm sorry. We got our legs chopped down every single time on the last leg. The UFC parlay, regular, Nursultan Ruzi, Denise Gomez, Sadiq Youssef. We put our lives in the hand of Ruzi, and he let us live to fight another day. But Sadiq Youssef actively killed every chance that we had to live to fight another day. Denise Gomez got the job done. Nursultan Ruzi got the job done. Sadiq Youssef boned us. It is what it is. On the UFC high, we had Melky Costa got the job done. Jared Gordon got the job done. But our 2+ money legs screwed us. I should have went some more minus money legs. Should have went at least one more minus money leg. It was Tainara and Carlos. They both get finished. They both get subbed. And the CP units obviously didn't hit. Luana loses her decision. Morales did get the KO, but Luana lost 29-28. So it was what it was. But on the card, I had a couple things that worked out well for us. Let's do it. Had a Denise Gomez KO bet that I gave you guys on Friday. You're welcome if it cashed. I got it at plus 250 the first time. Then I also took the round 2. Yes, at plus 850. That was nice. 5 to win 50, basically. It was sick. And then I doubled down because I'm a sicko. So I went Denise Gomez to get a finish. KO or sub at plus 140. Another 10 piece to bring back 25. So that was a very lucrative fight for me. Shout out to Denise Gomez. And if you don't think I did it on FanDuel too, you're done lost your motherfucking mind. And you damn skippy I did. All right, Denise Gomez. Finished plus 140 also on FanDuel. Got it to bring back 25. Yes, sir. Also got the Denise Gomez round 2 at plus 1,000. $5 to bring back 55. You gotta fucking love it, people. You gotta love it. And I did it again with the plus 310 Denise Gomez KO TKO at 5 to bring back 20. It was a very lucrative fight. Thank you, Denise Gomez. Honestly, maybe I should have made you the fighter spotlight of the week. That kind of ruined things for me. But it is what it is. We also had that Gabe Green submission plus 750 on FanDuel, 5 to bring back 42. It was what it was. And then we also had it on DraftKings at plus 800, 5 to bring back 45. You can't be mad at that. And our last winning bet of the night was Melky to win by decision at plus 350, a little 5 fees to bring back almost 25. And you bet your ass I did it on FanDuel as well, baby. And that was another short, brief, but slightly kind of fucking awesome, thanks to Denise Gomez, episode of this week's wins. I love when I call a girl prop and it hits exactly like I call it. Shout out to Denise Gomez. Shout out to Melky Costa. Shout out to Gabe Green. You saved my ass. You saved my ass. Before you guys go over to MK, let me just give you guys a couple picks. MK starting or might have just started very soon. So let me give these picks right now. Angelo Leo and Tomoki Kameda. I got Angelo Leo decision. I know he got to finish in his last fight, crazy knockout, but his career tends to lean towards decisions. So Angelo Leo, I really think he's going to get a decision here. Tomoki Kameda, not really a power puncher as well either. Angelo Leo, very durable. I know it's in Japan. There's chances for some fuckery on the cards, but I really think Angelo Leo is good enough to get the job done. So my money will be on Angelo Leo decision. And as for the Josh Taylor versus Ekow Essuman fight, I got Josh Taylor decision. Josh Taylor, a tactician, very good. It is in Glasgow, Scotland, and he doesn't lose in Glasgow, Scotland. So you should definitely have your money on Josh Taylor. But I really think it'll be a decision. I don't think he gets a finish here. This guy's notoriously tough. So, and he's pretty big. So Josh Taylor should pretty much get a unanimous decision win. I would probably go to Josh Taylor UD and maybe an Angelo Leo SD split decision. So those are probably the two picks for me. But that's it for me, guys. I'm going to get the fuck out of here. I'm going to watch MK just like y'all. Wheels Up says, do you know where he trains? It's a very delicate situation. He's going to have to wear a very substantial rash guard, I imagine, and work really hard to regain that trust. I don't know where he trains currently. Let me check for you real quick. Let's see. He trains at the Ultimate Fighter House. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know where he trains. He trains at Knockout Squad. It's a smaller gym. So luckily it's not one of those bigger gyms that we've come to know, like Shoot the Box or Nova Unyao or anything like that. So yeah. LOL. But yeah, I'm out of here, guys. No worries. What's up? I'll see you guys Friday. Oh, wait, there's no UFC this week, right? I'll see you guys maybe for something. I don't know. If I don't see you guys this week, I'll see you guys next week. Enjoy the rest of the week. I'll try to put out some cut downs and shit. But deuces. I'm out this piece.